Speak No Evil is directed by James Watkins. I hope I pronounced that director's name correctly. I do apologise. I'm not very good at pronouncing names, but I think I said that right. James Watkins. This is a remake of the 2022 of the same name from a Danish film, which I'm quite surprised. I just found out quite recently. I'm like, oh, it's a remake of a film that's based on the same name just 2 years ago. Kind of interesting you know about it when you look at films. This is the newest film from Blumhouse, which is basically a film made of horror films. And this is kind of like a horror film, but it's more like a psychological thriller type of horror film. But it's not that scary typically, but we'll get to that. American family who are invited to stay at a remote farmhouse of a British couple for the weekend. And the hosts soon begin to test the limits of their guests at this situation. It escalates. This film caught my interest because I was very curious, and for all intents and purposes, I do like James McAvoy as an actor. He's a fantastic actor, very talented guy, very underrated I would say, but if I'm going to jump into the positives here, James McAvoy as the main character of the film, or psychopath couple, who is such a great actor, gives them one of the best performance I've ever seen him. He's just so well acted. I think the character's name is Paddy. That's the character's name, Paddy. James McAvoy plays Paddy very well, and he definitely gives this over the top, insane performance. He just does it so well, plays it so convincing. Doesn't come across as very over the top or doing the way it just come across as, over, annoyance, but he comes across as really natural to his character. He definitely gave a best performance of his career outside of the films we all know from Narnia films, well, the first one, and of course the X-Men movies, and of course a few other films I can mention along the way. But he's such a fantastic actor. He definitely deserves more credit. I'm going to jump right into what I'm going to feel about the film. I really, really like this movie. I had a great time watching it. I think this is the better film from Blumhouse because Blumhouse movies are very, very up and down for me this year. Night Swim was a disappointment. Imaginary was awful. I did not like that film at all. I haven't seen Afraid. I've heard that it's not that great, so I didn't even bother watching it. Maybe I'll watch it some point later on the line, but I don't think I'm going to bother reviewing it. But from what I've heard, it's not that good. From what I'm hearing. This one I think is definitely one of the better films. I think this is a very really well made film. Definitely not perfect. It's not a perfect movie. It definitely has some issues I have with it, but I do think it's overall a really damn good film. I really liked it. I think it's great. James McAvoy, the other two actors are big standouts. Scoot McNairy, or Nari, I think that's the director's name, who plays Ben, who is the husband. And of course, Mackenzie Davis, who plays Louise, who is Ben's wife. Both are, just a typical husband and wife. There's not much depth to them, but you do feel there are couples, trying to enjoy their relaxing time. And of course, they have their preteen daughter who is struggling with anxiety, and of course she can't live without her stuffed buddy toy Hoppy. I will admit the daughter does feel like she could have been more developed with her anxiety or dealing with her anxiety stuff going on, which it could have done a little bit better with it. But even though it does kind of show the result, we could have done it a little bit more with it, with her anxiety. But again, I do appreciate they're trying to go with it, even though it could have done more development with those characters. But that being said, there are a really nice couple family. They're just trying to get through everyday life. And of course, when they meet James McAvoy and his wife, and of course their son, which I'm not going to spoil, but you do get a sense of are they really nice, or they're just doing it just to be friendly, but try to spend time and be friends with them, which, it's kind of like a warning sign, kind of like a red alert, kind of goes, warning, something's not right. And of course, you do pay attention to detail. You kind of see the family getting to noticing, or the way they're acting, the way they try to treat them or try to manipulate them to get a chance to know them a little bit, which does kind of show, kind of go, something's not right. And of course, we do have the boy, James McAvoy's son. I'll just say that. He's on the trailer. He got his tongue cut off, which is basically kind of shows from that trailer. And here he goes. I have to say it. He does give a great performance, even though the boy doesn't talk. But the way he does his speaking, the body language, the movement, the way he makes that noise about his tongue getting cut off, it's just absolutely brilliant. He just definitely deserves an Oscar nomination for that, for his performance. Really show that fear, the anxiety of him trying to warn the American couples, try to show them that, look, something's not right here, something's not right. I do really appreciate it. I always admire it and I always applaud that scenes right there. I would say the filmmaking what James Watkins brings is just so incredible. I really like his direction style. I really love how he brings that movie to life. It's just incredible, and I do applaud him for doing something amazing. I can't really fault the guy for it. Cinematography moves, the way it's shot in the countryside and in the house itself. It's the way he filmed those scenes, and particularly some of the tense moments, it really builds up, and I really do admire it. And I do brought that attention to the score, and even some of the soundtrack choices they made I really liked, especially Eternal Flame, which a song I'll never listen to the same way again after watching this movie. I have to say, I will admit, the first 10-15 minutes of the movie does kind of slow down. It kind of feels like they're just setting up the story and the characters, but we do get to the countryside moment. It does pick up, it's starting to get more interesting. I didn't feel that it building up towards it, and I've always admired it. Even though I wish some of the characters, like the family, especially the daughter with her anxiety, could have done a little bit more development. But that being said though, I do think Speak No Evil is a really well made movie. It definitely shines through. Seen this film? Check it out. You're going to have a good time watching this movie. You're going to have a blast watching this film. I'm going to give Speak No Evil an A-. Guys, comment down below and tell me, what do you think of Speak No Evil? Have you seen it? Do you love it? Do you like it? Or do you think it's alright? Or do you absolutely hate it? Or if you've not seen it yet, please watch it. You'll be worth your time. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time, see ya!